Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Mezmereyez by Tonoi. Tonoi here. So I have a really quick video. This was actually a subscriber request. He or she, I forgot, sorry, but someone wanted me to do a video on kind of like, I guess like a beginner's must-have, or like how to build your first kit, something along the lines of that. So I actually recorded a video and it was like 30 minutes and oh my gosh, it was dreadfully long, and not gonna lie, even I was like, okay, this is so freaking boring. So I deleted it and I'm starting this over. So in this video, I'm going to, I guess I'm just gonna like break it down. So I'm going to do it with just the brushes. So this one is going to be beginner must-haves brushes edition. So stay tuned if you're interested. Love you. Bye. Okay, so I'm going to go really quickly through a few of the brushes that I like. These are just like whatever, you don't have to get the same brand as me, but these are just like staple brushes that should be in your kit. So they're not in any particular order, by the way. So this brush is a this is just like a blush brush. So when I use this brush, I just kind of like, you know, sweep up on the cheeks, whatever. So this is just a regular fluffy brush. I cannot say blush brush. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a good one. This was from Bdellium tools. I believe it was like $2 or $3. It was super inexpensive. My next brush is from, I have no idea where this is from because it faded, but this is like an all over powder brush. It looks similar to the blush one, but it's a lot denser because it needs to pick up more powder. Your blush one, you don't want it to pick up that much powder because you don't want to look like a clown. Like, you don't want the color on your cheeks to be super like, ah. So this one is a lot more denser because you're picking up like loose powders. Like when I do this on my face, it's just like when you're doing that all over dusting to like set your foundation. So this is like an all over powder brush. This brush I use, it's kind of like a domed type brush. It looks like a large version of a shader brush, I guess, or not a shader, a blending brush. This I use for my highlight. I just kind of like, you see it, I just kind of go like in here, in here. Before I used it for my highlight, I think I even used it for my blush. And then sometimes I can even use it for like my contour, but this I always now use for my I guess my highlight. So, and I'll list the brush numbers and all that fun stuff in the description box. So my next brush is just a foundation brush. So this one is just kind of like, it's kind of domed. It's very dense in the middle. And by the way, these brushes are dirty because I just did my makeup, sorry. But so it's kind of dense in the middle. It's so it can pick up more product. It's nice and soft and fluffy. I love this brush. So this is, you know, for all over foundation. So that's what this is for. And then this is just like an angled brush. This I just use when I'm doing my contour. So I just get in there and just kind of sculpt out my cheeks. And then I'll do like my forehead, my chin. So this is I use for like sculpting. You can use this for blush, but I just like it for sculpting. This brush is one of my favorites. I haven't used this in a while, I'm not gonna lie, but this one is awesome. It's kind of like an angle. You can see it's kind of like to the side. It angles to the side. I like to use this when I'm putting on my contour. No, my highlight. I go right below my contour, and then I just kind of map out this little area with like a color. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. I put a little bit of color on. So you kind of like get that perfect like look. So I love this one for that. And then the last of my big brushes that I recommend you having is the Beauty Blender. It's not really a brush, but this is amazing. I like the black one. I think the black one's a little bit softer than the pink one. Well, yeah, it's a little bit softer. So I like the black one, and then I use this. So what I usually would do, I put on my foundation with this brush just because this takes up a lot of your foundation. It kind of sucks up your foundation. It's a sponge. So I use this and I put my foundation on. Then when I'm done putting my foundation on, I go in, make sure this is really damp. I like soak it and then kind of like wring it out a few times. And then I just touch up everything. And then I go in and I put on, when I do like my highlight and contouring section, I do the highlight with this. And then I just really get in there. You get the points to like really get in your eye, bring it down in here, really get in the crevices and the cracks and creases. So this little guy is my favorite. So I used like the bottom for like that side for like the bigger part, and then the top for like the little tiny areas you want to use. You want to be a lot more softer and smoother. Okay, so now moving into our baby brushes. So this is just kind of like an all over lid brush. Hope you can see that. So this, when I use this when I'm just putting like the color like right in there. That's what I use this for. And then I always buy a couple of blending brushes just because you can never have too many. The more advanced you get with your makeup skill, you're going to be using more than 2 colors to blend. Most people just think like, oh, it's like a, let's just say a cream color here and then like a black there, but it's not. It's usually like a cream, a gold, a black, a brown. It's like 10 different colors, but it's because you're blending it so awesome. So I like to use a couple of these. I have more, but I just wanted to show you just 3 of them that I mainly use. So the first one, it's a small angled domed brush. It's kind of like that big one I showed you. And this one I use when I'm getting in there and building up that color. So that's what I use this one for. And then if I decide like, oh, I want more color, or I'm gonna add something else, if I want to add another oomph to the look, I guess, I just use like another one. And this one's pretty much the same thing, just different brand. So I get in there and just add more color. And then this one's like my smoker shader brush. This is if you're doing like a smoky eye and you want to like really get in there and smoke it out. So like you would get in like the outer corner and really smudge it out. This you want to be careful with because this one can take your makeup from 0 to really quick. Let me see. Okay, so this is an eyeliner brush. Hope you can see that. It's so tiny. You can barely see it. And this is just like to really get in there and get your eyeliner like, yes. So that's what this is for. I like this brush. Not gonna lie, I like my angled brush better, but I left it at my salon and I'm having withdrawals. So I had to use this today. Wasn't a big fan. I feel like my liner's a little messy, but so is my hair. But anyways, so yeah. So this is a good one when you're putting on like your wing. This is good because you can dip it in like your eyeshadow, spray a little Fix Plus on it, and give yourself a wing with your shadow. I just love how thin this is. Next brush is, this is like a, what is this? Well, let me show you. So this is just like a flat top brush. This I use for when I'm putting like that light color under my eyebrows. I just use it for that. You can obviously use it for this too, like when you're putting your color in there, but I honestly just use it for that. The best thing about brushes, there are no set uses for anything. Either you use it for that or you don't. Like, you can pretty much use almost any brush for anything. Yes, they're made for certain things, but certain brushes, improvise. That's the beauty of makeup. There are no rules. So this is my angled brush for my brows. This is probably one of my like most important brushes because I feel like brows are so important. So this looks very similar to like the angled brushes. This is just like an old angled brush. This is the one I was referring to at my salon. But this is an angled brush. But the brow brush, it's a lot denser. Like you can barely move it, and then the angled one, it just goes like completely down. I know you can probably barely see it in the camera, but yeah, so this one I don't really use at all. But this one I use for my brows. I just kind of like get in there, sketch it out, and then, you know, go up. So yeah, this is for my brows. Then my next brush is my Spooly. This is another very important brush. It just looks like a mascara wand. I just use this to brush up my brows before I get started. And then once I'm done brushing up my brows, that's when I go in with all that other fun stuff. So this is like my all over shader brush. I love this thing. So when I'm done putting on like my prep and all that, this I use to go in with my kind of like a eyeshadow that's like the same color as my skin, and then I kind of just put it all over. I like how big and fluffy it is because you can do it like that opposed to using something smaller that takes forever. So I like this to go all over, or I use this when I'm doing my like my transition color, like if I'm getting ready to build up a lot of crazy colors, this is the first brush I reach for. Okay, so another very, very, very important brush is a concealer brush. This I use for so many things. This obviously, like I said, is concealer. So I use this when I'm like putting all my color on. If I have fake nails, mine are short right now, but if I have fake nails, I use this to put all my color on. Because sometimes I don't like using nails because, you know, they trap dirt and all that. But I use it for that. When I'm doing my eyebrows, if I mess up, I just dip it in the concealer or foundation, and then I can like really get in there and sculpt it out, whatever. So this brush is fun. This also is good for like if you're doing your wing and you felt like you didn't do it well, you can kind of get in there and sculpt it. So yeah, so this brush is a really good one. I also use this around the edges of my lips too. If I'm putting on my makeup and I'm like clearly slow that day and don't know how to put it on, if I mess up, just go like on the side of your lips. So this is a really, really, really important brush. So it's a little skinny one. It's it's synthetic. The hairs are very thin, and I just love this brush. Okay, so the next brush we're going to discuss is like the pencil brush. I don't know if you can see that point. So this brush is very important as well. Well, you know what, no it's not. This brush is important if you need it to be, I guess I should say. I like this brush for shading, like if I'm doing like a smoky eye and I really want to shade that color in, I would use this brush. Or like if I'm doing a smoky eye, if I really want to smoke out the bottom lash line, I would use this. Or when you put like that highlight in the middle, like let me see, like that gold color, like you know, you see that, how it kind of like pops. Oh, now I gotta do it on both. So yeah, so that's what this brush is for. You kind of can, you use that to make like your eyes pop. You use it to smoke out. So this one's a really good one too. And then the last brush I'm going to discuss is this one. It's like a kabuki brush. It has like a tiny, tiny angle to it. And this brush I use for a couple different things. Sometimes I'll use it for all over color if I can't find this one. Or I'll even use this to contour with. Like I'll get like my cream contour. Like I'll get like my cream and then I'll just like dip it in and then I'll just kind of, you know, contour. So yeah, so these to me are the best brushes for beginners. I think they're the essential brushes. Yes, you can have a lot more brushes, but I think if you had to choose like your top, I don't know how many these are, but if you had to choose like your top whatever, these for sure are the ones you're going to absolutely need. Some brands are better than others. Obviously, I'm not going to sit and tell you have to have all MAC brushes because honestly, out of all the brushes I showed you, I think like 2 or 3 of them are MAC and the rest are like just other random stuff. I do have a lot of MAC brushes at my salon. That's just because I was young and dumb and thought MAC was like the only brand you had to buy. Which it is a good brand, don't get me wrong, but there are other brands out there, especially if you're on a budget. There are a lot of affordable brands. Like a lot of my brushes are Morphe, and I actually joined their Morphe brush club of the week or the month or something. It's like 20 bucks and you get a couple of brushes each month, and it's an awesome way to try out new brushes and just see what you like and what you don't like. And they also have tutorials on their videos and they also have tutorials and videos and stuff like that to show you how to use the brushes. So I have some from Morphe, some from MAC. These are Bdellium. These are a couple bucks. These are by a brand called Jessup. I got them off eBay. They were only a couple of dollars, like maybe, I think I got like 12 of these brushes for like $6 maybe. It was super inexpensive. And then a few of these, I'm not even gonna lie, I got like in the garment district in LA. Some of them I threw away, but I kept the ones that I really, really liked. So I couldn't even tell you, oh wait, This says Royal and Langnickel. Oh, okay, good. So this is a good brand. So this one I actually did not. This one I think I got at like some beauty show, but I do have some brushes that I did get from like the Garment District back when I was just like starting out. This is obviously Beauty Blender, that's the brand, so get them from there. And yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you guys like this super short tutorial. I hope it helped. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and list them below and I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. I'm thinking my next one would be like a beginner palette set or beginner lip set. I don't know. Why don't you guys leave it below if you want to see more, and I will do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys haven't done so already, my contest is still open. I'll link the video to this video so you can see all the details, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.